On the bonus stage, we check out what's top in iPhone apps as well as which games are selling fastest at Challenger. Also, stay tuned to find out who's the best guitar hero in Singapore. All this on today's bonus stage.
You've reached the bonus stage.
Bonus stage! Welcome to the bonus stage, guys. Radio TV's Tech and Games Show. My name is Brian.
And I'm Daryl, and today we've got all the skills and spills from the first Guitar Hero face-off by E2 Max.
Yep, but first is our weekly updates of the hottest apps and games in Singapore. Let's get rolling.
What top games are moving like hotcakes in Singapore? Check out Challenger's top 3 fastest selling games this week. In at number 3, for the second week running, is Prototype for the Xbox 360. Prototype is a sandbox-style action game developed by Radical Entertainment. The game is set in New York City as a virus infects people and the military attempts to put an end to it. The protagonist of the story is named Alex Mercer, who has enemy-absorbing and shape-shifting powers. He can take memories, experiences, biomass and physical forms of the enemies through absorption. Parallel to the game's storyline is the ability to play the game as a sandbox-style video game, giving the player free roam of Manhattan. Now, if you want to find out a more in-depth analysis from gamers who have completed the game, check out last week's episode of Bonus Stage. In at number 2, and still dropping in and out of the charts, is Red Alert 3. The game is set in a parallel universe in which World War II never happened and involved Albert Einstein travelling back in time and removing Hitler in the 1920s. Now, in this game, there are 3 factions which are playable, with the main gameplay involving constructing a base, gathering resources and training armies composed of land, sea and airborne units to defeat other players. Each faction has a fully cooperative campaign, playable with an AI or with another human player online. These campaigns follow a storyline with specific mission objectives and unit restrictions applied. Unrestricted skirmish play against the computer and multiplayer via LAN or online is also available. And at number 1 is Sims 3 again. It's been almost a month since it dominated the charts at Challenger. In this sequel, Sims houses and neighborhoods are entirely in one continuous map, and the developers state that what you do outside your home now matters as much as what you do within. Unlike previous Sims games, features may be toggled on and off to the user's preference. For instance, a player may toggle off aging and death if they do not want that feature to be enabled. Now, 3 things about Sims you didn't know. It's a hit on YouTube and is the most subscribed to sponsored channel of all time with 35,000 subscribers. Secondly, the openness of the game allows for virtually any story you want to tell. Some examples getting some buzz in the press include a story about a homeless father and daughter, and another one about a mad scientist that longs for love and what ghosts are capable of in the game. And lastly, as with all past games in the series, you can create a Sims character from scratch, but you probably don't realize how many options you have this time round. In The Sims 3, you can customize virtually every aspect of your Sims appearance, from their hair color and style, and even root color and highlights, as well as eyes, cheeks, lips, makeup and body type. So go forth and create your own Michael Jackson. In at number 3 is Who Has the Biggest Brains, developed by Playfish Studios. This is definitely an app to get if you think you're smart. The light version features 4 engaging mini-games compared to the full version, which offers 12. The mini-games exercise your brains in the areas of logic, memory, visual processing and calculation. You can compare your brain size with the 15 million other users who have downloaded this game by using Facebook Connect for bragging rights. It's got appealing graphics and nice gameplay mechanics going on. So if you like it, you can get the full version for 99 cents. Moving up a notch at number 2 is Cops and Robbers by game publisher Glue. In this game, you play as a robber who has to evade the police by doing freestyle acrobatic running moves. You can swing on flagpoles, grind down railways and jump over obstacles, all the while robbing your way through a city complete with back alleys, high-rise rooftops and other dangerous environments. In this app that costs $1.99, you get to complete 9 unique levels, each with 3 challenges such as grab all the loot, steal the diamond and evade the fuzz. A pretty decent app and an interesting use of the accelerometer. Not sure if it's worth the price though. At number 1 is Wild West Pinball by GamePrompt. The best thing about this is that it's free. It's a professional pinball simulator with fast 3D graphics at 40 frames per second and realistic game physics. All parts of the pinball table are real objects and you can see how it works by playing it through. You can tap anywhere on the left side of the screen to control the left flipper and right for the right flipper. Shaking the iPhone or iPod will also shake up the table. It's a really clean and simple app that has no unnecessary menu navigation, so it's easy to start but hard to put down. Overlord II is a third-person action-adventure game published by Codemasters for the Microsoft Windows, Xbox 360 and PS3 that's going to be released soon. It's a sequel to the 2007 video game Overlord. Like Overlord before it, Overlord 2's plot is written by Rihanna Pratchett and follows the events of the first Overlord, where players take control of his son known as the Overlad. This was implied during the ending of Overlord Raising Hell, who as an infant has been smuggled away to the frozen mountain lands of Nordberg from a Roman-inspired civilization known currently as the Glorious Empire. They are bent on eradicating or enslaving known magical creatures. Other races set to appear thus far include thieving gnomes and environmental activist motivated elves, this allowing other elements besides fantasy such as politics, environmental issues and similar real-world problems to be parodied within the game. Now I managed to play an early build version of the game over at New Era, and these are some of my first impressions. The gameplay and mechanics are familiar to the previous version and you can be sadistic right off the bat. You start off by fending your poor self against nasty kids, but you soon get the chance to recruit minions and burn down the village festival. Even at the start, as I was moving around hitting stuff, there were some problems with collision detection and some items were only breakable when hit at certain angles. While this seems to be a problem with a game so hell-bent on destruction, I can attribute this to the early build of the game. The graphics seem pretty decent and the whole ambience of the game seems well adjusted. Now I only managed to play till the village was overrun for having a magic user, but from what I've seen so far, there's tons of promise.
Well, there you have it. Overlord 2 is out, and my only gripe with the game is the fact that you're allowed to bash helpless seals on the head for life force, the currency in the game.
Yeah, life force is the currency of the game. Why did they have to bash all these seals?
Those poor seals. And Prototype's still up there on the list after a week. Why do you think so?
I think it's a great game. You know, there's no other game out there that really makes you feel like a real superhero. Even other superhero games make you feel like a superhero. I mean, just basic movement from one place to another it doesn't get tiring, so you just leap over buildings, sometimes you glide. Now, if only they made a Superman game, this is great. Anyway, stay tuned for our coverage of the Guitar Hero Face-Off Finals, which saw Singapore's top gamers go head-to-head for cash prizes and bragging rights. You don't want to miss this.